Gang, we're here. Isn't that cool? Gang. Okay. Gang. All right, gang. We have got some Bathurst practice. We got some running we have on the docket for today. I'm blanking on everything I need to do. I need to open Discord. Trying to get my stream set up before I get everything else set up. Might not have been the most brilliant of decisions ever, but we're working with it. Okay, then we need my Moza app. We need trading paints. We need edge overlays. We need Iracing. We need crew chief. I need to just set up a button that'll just open all this. That would be unbelievably convenient for me. Okay. This can go away while I get everything else set up. Crew chief. This should be fine. I think we're on Iracing. Yep. I might change some presets here later, but not right now. We don't need to worry about that. That can go away. This will be on this monitor. And so will this. Okay, and then I will do that. And that should be good. Actually, let's do that. There we go. Okay, now we're cooking with gasolina. So I need to go grab a pen because I forgot to grab a pen. So I will be back in one lickety split. As I said, one lickety split later, we're back. Yeah, okay. So here's the plan today. I need to get warmed up first. That's the first order of business. Second, I need to do some fuel or some pit stop calculations to figure out how much time we really lose in the pit stops. What is this? I have a notebook here that whoa. Oh, that's coordinates. I know that. This is from when I played DCS. That is a long time ago. Holy. Okay. But what I'm going to use it for today is writing down relevant fuel numbers. So I need to know, what do I need to know? I need to know the I need to know drive-through penalty. I need to know a splash, and I need to know a full pit. Those are the information I need. First things first, though, I need to get my overlays reset because I'm a dingus and I didn't do that. So let me add layout. I'm not opening it yet. I want a input trace, and I want to put it down here. I want a relative, and I'm going to put that right there. I want a flag, and I want to scale that down to like set because it's gargantuan. Put that right there. It's a good start. And do I want anything else? I want to make this input tray smaller because that's freaking gigantic. Right about there should be good. And then I'll do a. Do I need? I don't need a track map. We're gonna get rid of the track map. And elite board. Put that right there. Okay. Do anything else? Incidents I don't need. It's incident bar. I don't need an incident bar. Go away. Leaderboard, minimap, mini telemetry, overtake, delta, radar. I don't need a radar. Relative, I got spotter. I don't need a spotter. Oh, yeah, no, I don't need that. How do I put it away? There we go. Spotter, track map, weather, fuel. That is a big window. Holy cow, I don't need that. I'm not going to use that in car. I'm going to trust my team on fuel calculations, and then I have other things set up for outside. All right, let's open that layout. Okay, and then we'll make adjustments from here. So this needs to go, well, not quite, right about there. This needs to go right about there. This needs to go right about there. Okay, I'm happy with that. So let's turn on mock data. Oh, I can't. Never mind. Scratch that. Then let's see how that looks in car. Sorry, I don't have a wheel connected, so that's why it's doing that. Okay. All right, go away. Stop. Oh, great heavens. Okay, this I want to make slightly smaller, the relative. We're going to bring it down to 90%, I think will be satisfactory. Because I can still read all that. Okay, that's good. And then bring the flag right there. Move this a little closer to the edge, like right there. Oh, nope. There we go. All right, I'm happy with that. Let's run that. I'm going to close it, reopen it, just to make sure it doesn't screw itself, which of course it does. Great. Good. So open and close it a few times, make sure it saves. Now what I'm going to do is close the app and see if it still works when I reopen it. And then we'll get in the car. Oh, good. Okay. All right. I'm happy with that. Let's run that. Everything's still set here. This can come over here and then go away. Replace that with this and that. Okay. Chat. We're ready. We're ready to drive Dakar. So we're going to drop my screen down here. I'm going to drop my desk. We will get sat in the car. Make sure my rig's all good here. Oh, dandelions, Batman. I like dandelions. Okay. Oh, sat down. Crank up the gain on my mic so you can hear me. Put the wheel on. Let that boot. All right. Settings. So, all right, we're going to do... We're going to run the race setup for now. Chassis, where's fuel? Rear, fuel level. What's the max? 28 gallons. Okay, actually, let's do this. My setups, no. Old, endurance, open. All right, 28 gallons. Now we're going to drop this. down to about, let's say 6 gallons, just to be safe. Right there. Okay. Front splitter height too low. Need my shorts. It's fine. Oh, no, it's not fine. Then what we'll do is we'll just run this. Then we'll do this. This will bring it down to 6. All right. Run your tech on that. Thank you. There we go. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go out there. We got about roughly 6 laps of fuel. I'm going to do, I think, 4 laps. Then I'm going to do a drive-through of the pit lane. Then I'm going to do a pit stop for just fuel, and I'm just going to add like another 3 laps of fuel. Then once that runs out, we'll do a full 4-tire change, full fuel, and then we will be able to work out. We'll go to the replay and we'll be able to work out. Oh, where's my audio? Gang, audio, where be? Ah, why'd you do that to me? And then let me get crew chief up and running.
Radio check.
Spotter, radio check.
Good. All right. Let's do this. Let me see here if I go... Let me move... Just right there. Just to make my life easier. Okay, so we have, 6 laps. Okay. We're going to go ahead and set pit as soon as we get out here.
Pit lane speed limit is 31 miles per hour.
Alright, then I can close that. Get chat pulled up. Okay. So we're going to add... Let me just get this set up while I'm working on it here. $5 gallons and... Oh god, watch where you're going. 5 gallons, no tires. Okay. Now let's do a few laps just to get up to speed. Get me warmed up. I swear, that 4th gear sounds stellar in this Aston. So right now, I'm not too terribly worried about pace. I do want to use this opportunity to sort of get up to speed, but I'm not as concerned about it yet. Reason being, this is all pit stop strat right now. there's a spot on that fourth gear in the sort of mid-range of the RPM where it just sounds like a jet engine. It's stellar. It drives a bit like a boat, but I can handle that. Don't all GT3s. Except the McLaren. That's a wall. It's alright. Just a light tap for the gang. No damage. Probably gonna be in the 205s. I hope. I swear, if I cross the line, it's like 207. I'm gonna be so upset.
That was 205.46. Alright, Charlie, you got about 4 laps of fuel left.
Okay. Tires are pretty much up to temp. Are we still going flat out before that dipper nonsense? Welcome, Philip. It's good to see you. I don't know. Let's get this thing up to temp first, and we'll see where we are. I would say yes, we are. Let's see. We'll do it right now. Why not? Flat, 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 flat. Yeah. I mean, we can't go flat there, or we'll go into hell, but it's possible. Here's the thing, that delta on that display, that says I'm up over 1.5 seconds on that last lap. Now, if that's true, I'm already in the 203s, which, yes, we're on low fuel and fresh tires, so maybe that's not the most surprising thing in the world, but given how I'm not warmed up, I would find that highly surprising. But the Aston does sometimes have a tendency to lie. Okay.
That lap was a 204.02, 3 laps of fuel remaining. Sectors 1 and 2 are quick. Sector 3 is a 10th off your best.
Okay. Alright, gang. Alright, so I think it's safe to say we are up to speed. How much fuel do I have left? 3 laps. Okay.
Sector 1 time's okay.
I was late on the turn-in. Ugh, yeah. That was my fault. Okay, yeah, we'll do oh man, how do I want to run this? Nope, this is the Aston Martin.
Sector 2 is
Aston Martin
0.42. Slower than
Vantage
your best.
GT3 Evo is the full title. I just made a comment about the McLaren because the McLaren is the only car in the GT3 class that I feel like is actually really well balanced. The trade-off is, and the only reason I'm not running it is slow as dog water on the straights. So the Aston is dominant on the straights.
Watch your speed. Box in 300 meters.
Okay. So we are doing a drive-through test. So I'm not going to box, and then the next lap I'll box for 5 gallons of fuel
5.
and no tires.
4.
And then we'll run that down.
3. 2.
And we'll do full
1.
tires, full fuel, and we'll look at the replay.
Box now.
Oh, that could have been flat. I chickened out, but, you know. I'm still warming up, It's funny how I chicken out of that and then just throw it down the hill. Oh god, somewhere over there's a wall. Alright, box this lap. Box, box, box. Box and pit confirm. Whatever they say on real racing teams. Drive the car into the slow channel. I am learning, thank you.
Look out for the pit speed limit. Box in 300
Not my
meters.
best pit entry, but we'll take it.
Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
Why are
Right
tires
front,
changing?
96%. Right rear 97. Your tires are cold, watch out.
Okay, so it looks like we're doing... Okay, time to change tires, I guess, is a fine metric to have. That's infuriating, okay. Actually, that's not really that helpful. Maybe it is. No, because when are we gonna... alright, well, I'll keep the data. I'll look at it. What lap is this, chat? Lap 4? Okay. Oh, you're on cold tires there, buddy. Let's remember that next time. Alright, we can confirm that all of those are unchecked, right? Alright, let's do a few more laps. Ooh, hey. Hey, fun fact, chat. I just totally zoned out. You know when you're driving down the highway and then you sort of wake up and you're like, oh, wait, I'm driving a car. I should pay attention. That just happened to me.
0.9 off your
I'm
best.
surprised I'm not in a wall right now. Alright, box this lap. We're gonna do, see what, quick splash of fuel, 5 gallons,
Sector 2
no
is a tenth off your
tires.
best.
Then we are going to strip all the fuel out. No, actually, yeah, so we're gonna do this 5 gallons of fuel test. Then we're gonna do the numbers on those two. Then I'm gonna take fuel out and do the numbers on the full fuel.
What's your speed limit in the pits? Box in 3.
How about that for a pit entry, eh? On the highway. Wow, I'm doing 90, oops. Yeah, like that, kinda, except, doing 120 in a mountain.
Box in
On a mountain
5,
road.
4,
Okay, tires
3,
are off. We're
2,
just getting fuel.
1. Box now. Front right, 99%. Rear right, 99.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Your tyre temperatures are okay.
Alright. That should be enough for us to do the numbers on those anyway, and then we'll strip some fuel out and try again. Okay, replay! Let me add tires only to
Front
this
right,
pit loss
99%.
list.
Right rear, 98.
Okay, so we need to, first things first, we need to go back to that lap. Okay, so we're gonna go to the lap before this one. And then what we're gonna do, the way we're gonna do this, is I need to set chase cam. And then we're just gonna frame forward until our front bumper is in line with that front cone roughly, and I can actually make this a little easier to see. Perfect. And then I need my phone. Where's my phone? There it is. Yep, okay. And then I need my stopwatch. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what I'm doing right now is timing how long it takes for me to get from pit entry to the first braking zone after pit exit. And that'll sort of figure out how long this section of racetrack normally takes. And then we'll time the same thing for the other two. So I'm going to stop it as soon as my brake lights come on. Up here. Alright. 34.33 seconds. So now what we're going to do is go to the next lap. I think this was the one where we did tires, right? No, this is the drive-thru. Okay, yeah. We repeat that, except this time we're on this side of the cones. Line that up. We'll call it that one. So 34.33. I'm going to make a note of that. 34.33. Reset. Okay. And go. So now we're measuring the time it takes to get to the same braking point. That was a good entry. Just let it play. I almost fast forwarded. That would have been embarrassing. Wow, we lose a ton of time. I mean, that's to be expected. It's a pit lane, but also... Alright, 51.38. 51.38 minus, what was it, 31.33? 34.33. 34.33. 17 seconds is a drive-through loss. And so we spent a good amount of time in the pit lane, but what I'm working out right now is not necessarily how much time we spend in the pit lane or how much time we spent not moving or anything like that, because that's going to be more. We were in the pit lane for longer than 17 seconds, but we were still moving that whole time. And what I'm trying to work out is if we pit on a given lap or have a drive-through penalty on a given lap, what is the gap change going to be? You know what I mean? So like on a lap that... So pitting is a bit slow then? So on a lap that we want to pit, if we have a guy that's 17 seconds behind us and we have a drive-through penalty, we will come out right near him. That's what that means. So drive-through penalty is 17 seconds. All right. Now we do the next lap, because I think this was the one that I accidentally took tires. That's fun. All right. Rinse and repeat. So we go right here. We swing the camera so I can actually see where the heck we are, right there. And then we reset the timer. 17 seconds. All right. 34:33. That's the number to remember. Stopwatch, reset. All right. 3, 2, 1. Timer rolling. Not my best pit entry ever. But it'll be close enough. I don't need it super precise. Now, you might be wondering, we took fuel in this pit stop. Why am I calling it tires only? Because the fuel got done filling up before the tires were changed. So the tires changing was the limiting factor here. So that's why I only really care about how long that took. Where'd my pen go? There it is. And we get back underway any minute. So for the record, we've already Like the drive-through penalty, we were already up at the braking zone by now. Let's see when this corner is coming here. Wow. Yeah, this is a lot of time lost in the pit lane. Woo-hoo-hoo! That one was 76 seconds. So 76 minus 34.33. Well, 76.15 minus 34.33. Tires only is a 41 to 42 second loss. 41 to 42 seconds, as long as you're not a biff in the pit lane. Oh, I dropped my pen. Pen by apple pen. Okay, and then this was just fuel. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do this one, and then we will do a full pit stop. And that will be our final one, and then we can do a quali sim and actually start driving the car. This is all the boring technical stuff beforehand. Don't we love the boring technical stuff beforehand? I don't, but it's good to have. It's good info. 3, 2, 1. That was a good, I remember that. That was a good pit entry. I remember that. It was like 6 minutes ago, dingus. $63.22. 28 to 29. Let's call that 28 to, and we'll call that roughly 29 seconds. All right, now we get to go back out on circuit. So we are going to do request new car, garage, chassis, fuel level. I want to bring this down to 4 gallons. Let tech do its thing. Okay. Okay. We should have brand new tires, and then what I'm going to do is get everything going. Okay, full fuel, brand new tires. All right, perfect. Go away. No one saw that. God dang.
We've got damage.
I wasn't paying attention. That was my fault.
Left front, 100%. Rear left, 100. Cold tyres all round.
Oh my gosh, that's why it did that. The drive-through. When I did the drive-through, it turned on all the tires again. Because it oh my gosh, that's so cool. I love when that happens, don't you? Okay, it's all set up though. Cold tires, Charlie, cold tires. I can't wait to get to the fun stuff again. Like going quickly and doing data analysis of me going fast rather than data analysis of me in the pit lane. That's like the most boring data. But it's really useful in in an endurance race, so we'll get this data and it'll be great. Yikes. Ooh! Hey, back end! You're supposed to stay behind me!
We estimate 3 laps of fuel left.
It's fine.
Mind these track limits, please, Charlie.
My first off track of the day, so I'll take it. Okay, we'll do one more. We'll box next lap.
Only 2 laps of fuel left. Sector 1 is 0.48 off your best. Sector 2 time is quick. speed limit. Watch your speed. You need to watch the track limits. Box in 300 meters.
I'll still count it. It'll be maybe half a sec, not even. It'll be a couple tenths off of this number, but
Box in
honestly,
5,
I want to get to driving,
4,
like proper driving.
3, 2, 1. Box now. Front right, 97%. Rear right, 97.
Okay. All right, and let's get this number. This one's gonna suck, but whatever. Nap time. Actually, I can just let this run. Let me look at my phone for a minute. Okay. So that would be 94.4 seconds. 41 minus 34. It's a minute. It's exactly 60 seconds. It's kind of crazy, actually. Okay. All right, that is it. That's boring pit calculations done. I can now do fun stuff, like close out my overlays. And now we'll do an AI single player, single race, 2-lap quali. All this is good. Go. Don't let me forget to turn on telemetry chat. Oh, gang. Gang. We're driving. We're about to drive. Race car. Oh, Richard Jobling. Are you here? No! No, Richard Jobling! He's not here. We've been duped. Okay, so we are going to do quali lap on here. We're going to record that data. Then we're going to do the race start in the first couple of laps, just so I could get a feel for what... He's here in spirit. Yes, he is. Just so I can get a feel of what racing around here is going to feel like. Then we're going to leave, look at the data on the quali lap, then hop into a proper stint sim. The reason we're doing a quali lap on here is because it kills two birds with one stone. I'll get to actually be on a qualifying trim, qualifying car setup, and then I'll be able to start the race all in one go without having to take extra time. Then we can review that data. Thanks to big shout out, big thanks to Cosworth for hooking up the entire iRacing community. They are phenomenal. That I think what their partnership with iRacing for their telemetry software is honestly phenomenal. What a great thing to have a very legitimate, very well recognized, well respected racing company brand, I guess, do that for sim racing. I think that's great. I need a quali, and any day now. Here we go. Oh, camera shake. All right.
Okay, Charlie, we've got 2 laps to get the job done, mate.
Maybe I should turn on telemetry, huh? Oh. Hold on. Oh, they're not gonna let me do that. Why can't I turn on telemetry? That's spooky. Okay, then we'll just use this as warm up and practice for the race, and then we'll do the telemetry stuff. And I guess you can't do telemetry in an AI race session. I don't remember that being a thing, but Or I guess not being a thing. Don't remember that not being a thing. God, fourth gear sounds so good. That's gonna be my favorite part of every lap, is just getting to fourth. Not even sixth, screw sixth. Alright, here we go. Lap 1, I'm not going to push too hard. Going to shoot for kind of a race pace, honestly, and then we'll really drop the hammer. I lied. I'm dropping the hammer.
Damage.
Of course we do. Sorry. It's probably just minimal. That was a pretty good thwack, but this car's a tank.
The leader's just done a 205.16. The leader has just done a 204.85.
In theory, 204.8 is really easily doable.
Sector 2 time is okay.
What a name, though. Richard Jobling, like, honestly.
Sector 1 time is good. That's a new fastest lap for Labour, 204.78. Sector 2 time is good.
Alright, well. Even with a dominant last sector, I don't feel like this is a stellar lap. But I think it'll put me in the front. Especially if the third place is a 205. I'm going to be in a good spot here. But I don't think I'm in the 203s. Probably maybe 204-2-ish. I had to guess. What was it? Oh, 203.8. Okay. Alright, maybe I've got some pace in me after all. Alright, garage. My setups, old. Everyone's going to be on a race. We'll do race even though we'll be on endurance, and then we'll do the endurance run on endurance. Endurance.
The track temp is 89 Fahrenheit. The air temp is 78. 35 minutes. That's pole.
Oh, pole. I get to start this thing. Well, then I'm not going to be racing.
Okay, rolling start. Stay in the pole.
Stay in the pole. The speed! Okay, here's the plan. Because I'm not actually worried about race pace right now. I'm worried about figuring out how to race.
Race car speed is
I'm going to let them
miles per hour.
demolish me this first lap. I'm just going to pull over, basically. Because I want to get some actual racing in. And then we'll do proper race pace sim. But I will do a practice start here. I'll actually try the first 2 corners.
Okay, Charlie.
Strategy here. We have a 90-degree corner, so if I just step on it out of this corner, we should gap everyone but P2. Or everyone.
Go, nail it.
Now we just let off throttle. Let the field sort of...
Car left, clear left. On your left, clear left.
Drop it
On your
down,
left,
like,
clear left.
this'll work.
Left side,
I'm
clear
happy with
left.
this.
Car left. Still
Alright,
there.
now we're going to treat this like we're in a 12-hour race, meaning
Hold your line. Clear
I'm
left.
driving not like it's against the eye. I'm treating it as if I have 1 life.
We have damage.
I think that might be the funniest possible outcome. We're gonna try that. Yeah, no, we don't look at that. So what
35
happened
minutes. We've got cold tires. We need to get some heat into them.
there was,
You're in pole.
I don't know. I just gotta try that again because that's the type of thing I need to not do. But hey, on the plus side, this is why we
Rolling
do
start,
this
get
now and not,
Stay in the pole row in the left column.
you know, during the actual 12-hour race. Because I promise you, this lap I'm not gonna do that. Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively
The
obvious.
pace car speed is 55 miles per hour.
I have to say, I like this car. You know, it's like I said, it's a bit of a boat, but I like it. One thing I do not like, though, at all. You know how this car and the prototypes and all the other ones I've driven, they have a little thing that pops up on the screen that warns you when you're
Get
getting
ready.
low on fuel, right? Well, this thing has that too, but it's so obscure. You can't see it.
Go, go, go.
Like, you can see it, but it almost looks identical to like how the screen looks now. There's just a tiny blue ring around the gear indicator, and it says low fuel in tiny little text. And honestly, I genuinely do not think
Left
I can
side.
rely on
Clear
that
left.
to let me know that I'm running low on fuel. Because it's not like a bright orange or like a red or anything, it's blue.
On your left.
So it
Still there.
kind of just looks normal.
Hold your line. Clear left.
Okay.
Shitty start, but don't panic. There's time to
Hey,
recover.
hey, hey, that was intentional.
Okay, Charlie. The next car is Kern.
Alright, let's see what racing looks like around here. I mean, I kind of have an idea. I've raced here before, but, you know, with everything going. We're also gonna... You remember how I said the McLaren is slow on the straights and fast in the corners, and we chose the Aston because it's fast on the straights? Well, as soon as I get my head out of my ass, I'll be able to demonstrate how much faster this car is on the straight. I destroyed that corner exit there, so obviously I'm a mile away, but... See if I can reel these guys in a bit.
P5.
Thing is, this setup, this race setup is actually really nice. I had to get used to it because it is really sharp. Not that I mind, I like sharper cars, but I was honestly kind of shocked that a front-engine car could be this sharp, but I like it. The balance is... I know I complained about it compared to the McLaren, and I would say that the McLaren's balance is still nicer than this. However, for how much speed we get, from how much power and speed we get in a straight line, it really doesn't sacrifice as much as I thought it would through the mountain section. I knew that
0.8.
I knew that we would prioritize straight line speed because it's almost impossible to safely overtake in the mountain section here. So you need something that can pull down these straights. Now, my demonstration of how much quicker this thing in a straight line is a little bit moot because we're in slipstream against the BMW, and the BMW is actually probably the second quickest. It's pretty close to the Aston, so it's not going to be a destructive difference here, but you'll see it, especially when we get closer here. We're half a second back, so I think this next straight you'll really see how much traction we're able to get.
The leader has just done a 204.81.
And I did a 204.4, so we're pretty good on pace right now.
Sector 3 time is fast.
Come here! I don't want to go around the outside, but he is defending the inside like a lion.
Hold your line.
So I am just gonna kind of let this
Hold your
play
line.
out here. Especially because he's gonna break
Still
earlier than me.
there. Clear right.
Come on, Charlie. Good stuff. Keep it coming. Car ahead is Labour.
Labor? Oh, Lava.
P4.
I thought he said labor. I'm like,
Sector
well,
1's quick.
don't know if I'd be calling him that, but hey, you do you, boo. Yeah, somewhere over there's a corner. I don't know if it's Iracing AI being slow in the mountain section or me being really quick in the mountain section. Car ahead is in labor. Comedy! What was I even saying? Oh, I don't know if it's Iracing being...
Gap to curb
the
behind
AI
as it
being...
clicks in. It's now
he's got the slipstream on me.
0.44.
He's pulling. Look at that. Dude's getting larger in the mirrors. Yeah, I don't know. The AI, I just smacked them through the frickin' mountain section. They just leave so much
Okay,
margin.
Charlie. The pit window is now
Hey,
open.
that's not the line. What are you doing over there?
We'll need to pit for fuel by lap 14. We have no recorded pit timings. Don't expect reliable fuel estimates.
They're battling each other though, so I'm just gonna take this opportunity. Once I get in the lead,
Labour in. The gap is
I'll
now 0.
hop over to the proper stuff. Just gonna try and tuck up underneath, but it's just too quick for that. So you'll see it this time around how stupid they are. Stupid slow they are through this whole section here. Like, he's gonna brake here. Not only does he lift, he brakes. You don't need to brake. I mean, if you want to be safe, go ahead, I suppose, but you don't need to. Then it's evident that they have a huge lift there. They also brake about 1,000,000 years earlier than I think they need to down this hill, but then again, I kind of just throw it down the hill and pray every lap. Car ahead is in labor. Oh my god! Is it a boy?
Come on, stop fannying about. Fucking passing.
Wow, dude. Hey, Jim. I'm working on it, man. There's this thing called a battle. And it's not like he's exactly losing me.
All right. Clear right.
I tried.
Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.32 off the pace. You're 2/10 off the pace in Sector 3.
Oh yeah, second's way quicker through turn 1. Oh hey, are you gonna leave me the inside? No. I'm taking it anyway.
Left side. Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear left.
Okay, finally dispatched that BMW.
Well done.
Holy cow.
Alright, Charlie, the next car is just outside.
And there
Left
goes
side.
the BMW.
Hold your line.
The other one won't get me. He's gonna back out.
Still there. Hold your line. Clear left.
Sector 1 is 1.1 off the pace. The car in front of us is now Labour.
Okay, we should have a good slipstream here. Not enough to pass him, I don't think. 7/10 is a bit of a mountain to climb in one straight, but we'll probably get that down to 4. Or 2. I'll take 2. Oh boy, touch the wheel on the grass. That's not the way.
You're reeling, P3 in. The gap is 0.34.
Oh, he's gonna do that thing. Where he defends the inside and then is just 1,000,000 years slower than me off this line here. Or he's gonna nail it. Okay, I'm just gonna pit maneuver this guy. JK.
Car right. Clear right.
And then of course I get the
Defend your
big
position.
outside
Don't let him through.
Chungus line.
Right side. Still there. Hold your line.
Wow,
Hold your line.
he's really trying to power around the outside,
Still
huh?
there. Still there. Clear right.
Sector 1 is 1.2 seconds off the
Alright.
pace.
I really need to get this guy. He's 8/10 up on me here. I can get that down. Okay. That's enough of that. Okay. That's not the right button. I just muted Discord. It is time. It is time to close my overlay. And it is time to do some actual telemetry analysis. I probably won't do a full stint. I think I've proven that my consistency is good, all things considered. Okay. So it looks like it's just me and Declan in the Aston. Okay, telemetry, would you like to work today? I'd love that. Thanks. So we need to do garage, we need to do my setups, old, Bathurst, quali, apply, test. Oh, not what I was aiming for there. Hold on, I gotta turn off this for a second. Where? Wait, no. No, no, no. Not what I was looking to do. Settings. Display. Interface. I think I've biffed that. Okay. Reset widget options. Where is my telemetry options? Huh. Well, that wasn't what I wanted that to do. How do I edit my HUD then if I've now deleted my HUD editing button? Alt K, thank you. There we go. Oh man, okay, that was sketchy. Where do I find exit reset? There we go. And then I need, where's telemetry? Where's telemetry? Where's telemetry? There it is. Okay, so now we're recording telemetry. Now I can re-engage my layout and put that right there. Then I can lock that in place. Then I can lock that in place. Okay. Telemetry should now be recording.
The track temperature is falling. It's now 88 Fahrenheit.
We should have 2 laps. Okay. Quali Sim. Here we go. Sorry about the delay there, fam. I almost destroyed my whole UI. Ooh. Understeer. That was scary. I was trying to re-grip my wheel right as I hit a bump, and so like as I let off pressure on my hands, the wheel jumped, almost totally leapt out of my hand. That's fine. Disable, and now I'm just going to go ahead and delete that telemetry file just so I can keep things organized. Okay. Oh, it does not need to be just left alt now. Oh, good.
Tires are cold, watch out.
You'll get to see it this time, the low fuel warning. I assure you, you won't see it. Ooh, yeah, back end almost said goodbye. That's how you do an exit from that corner. This is the way. Alright. Quali lap. Oh my gosh, it just lets go, huh? Oh yeah, there you go. See? Low fuel. See how hard it is to see?
Just done a 212.13. That lap was a 2:03.22. Your times are good in all 3 sectors.
All right.
Right front, 96%. Left rear, 96.
Shut you up. And I'm gonna get out of the car. And we're gonna open you. We're gonna look at some data, chat. You like data? I like data. Data's cool. We're going to open 2 of them so we can compare the 2 laps, just like so. Okay, which one is which? Doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. So the red was the faster lap. And the green is the slower lap. So right away, looking at this delta, it looks like, let's zoom in here a little bit. They're pretty close. Like I guess we're not, we're half a second back, but I guess compared to, so it looks like right here was actually where we lost a chunk of time. And then we gained a little back right in here. Oh, I think that was because that's where I had my snap, wasn't it? Was that where I had my snap? Let's see, where's throttle? Is this throttle? Yeah. So coming through here. I was on very different steering angles, so I must have had a snap or something. Look at those lines. That's a very different line. I went more left. Oh, yeah. I kind of threw it down the mountain a little quickly, didn't I? Red equals, well, I can change them. Here, let's do that. Okay, now red equals bad. Green's the faster lap. Wait, can I change this one to... Doesn't matter. All right, so that's really just the brunt of it. There's obviously not a whole lot of data here. There's just 2 laps. Something went really awry here. Oh, this is where I had my this is where I had my spin. Incident. Oh, it marks it. That's actually smart. I like that. Can I just view that by marking? That's cool. Okay. Yeah, look at that. You can see this speed goes up. This speed does not. It actually almost gets down to 0. That's going to be the steepest point on this curve. Okay. So this, it's not a whole lot of usefulness right now just because it's 2 laps and one of them was an off track. But what we're going to do now is I'm not going to do a full stint because I don't want to drive for another hour. So I'm going to do a half stint. Full fuel, half stint, data running the whole time, and then we're going to look at some laps on there, and that will be our, we'll call that our prep. I've done a lot today. So garage, setups, old, endurance, open. Okay. Let me delete my old telemetry. Is that still open? No. Boop. All right. And telemetry logging. Hey, where's my overlay? Thank you. All right. Our mission for this stint. Bank laps. Lap after lap after lap after lap. I'm not worried about going insanely quickly. I just want to do laps. So I'm just gonna get comfy. Fun little fact for all the viewers watching at home. The Iracing 12 Hours of Bathurst is next weekend, and I am driving in that, and I'm very excited. But, if you are interested, the real Bathurst 12 Hours is tomorrow. Obviously, time zones are for everyone, and this track is in Australia. But, ironically, thankfully for us, they start the race, at least local time, really freaking early in the morning, which for Australians means it's really good for us. So I think I'll need to look. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure the race starts tomorrow at 1:45 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know if I'm right or not about that. Someone can fact check me there. But it's free. You can watch it on YouTube, on the Bathurst. I don't remember what the official channel name is called verbatim, but it's the 12 Hours of Bathurst official YouTube channel. They live stream it for free, at least internationally. If you're from New Zealand or Australia, you gotta pay for it. But us Americans, we get the joy and luxury of not. I'm yapping because I am bracing for 30 minutes in this car. And if you want to come by and watch myself and my lovely team struggle for 12 hours at Bathurst in the Iracing 12 hours, feel free to. Do I have any favorites? You know, I've never watched it either, so it'll be a first for me. I think I don't even know who's running in it, so I can't tell you that for sure. But anyway, what was I saying? If you want to stop by and watch GSR, my sim racing team, and I, we are running in the Bathurst 12 hours. Iracing, that will be next Saturday, I think, was that the 21st? I can't remember. And the session times haven't been released yet, but I think that's coming out on Sunday. So we'll decide on what session we'll run then, and yeah, the race live stream scheduled on my channel is just sort of a placeholder. I set it at 8 a.m. on Saturday because I feel like even if that's not the start time, I'll probably be racing at that time maybe. So that's a placeholder, but as soon as we decide, I'll update it to reflect the real time. We're running two cars. We're running this one. This is the Aston Martin AMR Vantage V8 GT3, something like that. We're going to be car number 235. And then I forget what the other car number is off the top of my head, but they will be driving a Lamborghini Huracan GT3. We, the Aston Martin drivers, are getting a little bit stiffed because we have 5 teammates registered and 2 cars. And unfortunately, we got the short end of that stick, so it is just me and one other guy driving the Aston. whereas the other team has 3. But for what it's worth, Declan and I, my teammate in the Aston, we're both pretty well experienced, whereas the Lambo team has a bit of a younger driver, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. The nice thing about data analysis, like we're going to be doing, is while I'm out here kind of experimenting, I can't remember every lap what I'm doing differently, what's working. I might be able to get 1 or 2 laps that I can be like, oh, that's definitely quicker. But having all this data available means that we'll be able to really easily say, oh yeah, this is quicker. And what I did differently. I'm also going to start practicing fuel saving in a few laps of time. Because right now we are burning almost exactly a gallon a lap, and I just want to see what happens if I try to bring that down a bit, see how much I can bring that down. Oh boy. Good save. Still did a 204. That's just who I am. I'm built different. Pretty sure my job description is near-death experience. So we're using, at this rate, it's actually really convenient. On a sort of regular push lap, we are using exactly 1 gallon of fuel every lap. That's really phenomenal for fuel calculations, making that easier for me. because then it's easy to say, like, okay, if we can fuel save to get, you know, 0.8 gallons a lap, then we just added a lap every 5 gallons. And that's huge for stint. But, you know, cutting it down from 1 to 0.8 is a bit extreme, but you get my math. Another day, another dollar. Cannot believe I just neutral steered through the last corner. That was insane. I'm going to do 5 more push laps, and then we will go into fuel safe. if you're just joining us, I'm driving a car around in a circle. A squiggly circle. In preparation for 12 hours of driving the car around in a squiggly circle. Not the way. 14 laps complete. Let's go into fuel save mode and see what we can do to our, you know, fuel numbers. .91. .9. I've shaved off 1/10 of a gallon a lap, and I only lost about a second. Lost the car there. Well, that was just me being a donkey. Love it when it backfires. I think this fuel saving endeavor actually showed me a spot that I can be faster. Welcome in. Pilot Lanham. Wish I was this consistent. Yeah. I'm doing fuel saving right now. It's kind of easy to be consistent fuel saving. Thank you for stopping by. If you want, I can put it into the wall for you if it'll make you feel better. Nothing like a good kiss of the barriers to keep you awake on a Friday afternoon. I see that message. I'll read it in a second when I'm not in the mountains. Ooh boy, yep. You didn't see that. Somewhere in there's a corner. Alright, what does that chat say? 205 is me pushing like hell after being in the wall 100 times. I'm using the Porsche though, so there's that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like the Porsche. I think my complaint, honestly, maybe it's just my setup, is the Porsche is just so slow on the straight. That's sort of why we're using the Aston, because it's crazy on the straights. I will say though, well, how much fuel do I have left? 8 laps. I'll pick up the pace. I did my practice. I did, what was that, 14? So I did 7 back-to-back laps, saving 1/10 of a gallon a lap. So that's pretty good. Okay, that's much quicker. I don't know why I haven't been doing that. Aston looks locked. Yeah, it's a bit of a boat, but it works. Oh, yep, see? Somewhere in there's a corner. Ooh, yep, nope. Also starting to get into worn tires region, so I gotta be careful of that. Pilot, are you running the 12 hours this weekend or next weekend? Yes, sir. I wish you the best of luck, you and your team. If we are in the same split, I promise to pit maneuver you on turn 1. You know what, though? Same. This is also my first time doing 12 hours, so I feel ya. That is why I'm in this session right now. I am the longest I've done in a single sitting is one of the IMSA, 2-hour 40-minute races. Actually, 2 of them, but yeah. So I'm just trying to get, like you commented on, consistency matters more than pace. But if you can get both, that's always helpful. Yeah, I'm going to be doing the 2-hour 40-minute, so I'll read that in a second. Oh yeah. See, that's why I look at that on the straights. Okay. Smara did one a couple of weeks ago. Looks like we'll be doing 2-hour stints. Yeah. Oh man. Hey, reading chat has slowed me down, that's alright. Yeah, what car are you running tomorrow? Are you doing the GT3? It's at Road America, right? Tomorrow McLaren. I love the McLaren. Road America, that'll be fun. I think the McLaren, for me personally, it's kind of in the same boat as Porsche in that I think it's really well balanced, but a little slow on the straights. I don't know how you feel, but yeah, I normally... Hold on, I'm like thinking about 3 things at once here. Let me lock in. Tomorrow McLaren's not the fastest, but I love it and it loves me. Yeah, no, I totally get that. on the right track, I think the McLaren's probably my favorite of the GT3s. This Bathurst, though, is not the one for McLaren, in my opinion. But unfortunately, I do not get unilateral choice over what car we run as a team, so one of the other guys who's a little less familiar with sports cars in general is more comfortable in the Aston, so we're running that, and it'll be alright. I normally run the... oh boy, hold on. I normally run prototypes, GTPs, in IMSA, because I also came from Formula more than sports car, but I've been getting into this a lot more recently. Oh, that's a long one. I'll read that in a second. Have you done... I'll read that in a second. Have you looked at all at pit stop times yet? Because if you haven't, I can just give you those numbers. I did that earlier this stream for, pit loss and all that stuff for different setup or different procedures, I guess, in the pit lane. That would be great, yeah. As soon as I'm done with this stint, if you want to hang around, or I can try to look at it on my notepad while I'm on the street. Let's let longer message say, yeah, I agree. I tried the McLaren, but it wasn't great. The team wants Porsche, so I have to suck it up. Yep, we are in the same boat. And then as for pit stops, I will look at that in a minute. It's... Here, let me set it on my lap, and then I can look down between corners. So I did the math on net loss, not just time in pits, you know, so gap behind, how much would that fall? So for just a drive-through, no stop, it's a 17-second, 1-7 net loss. You can write that down if you want. I can say it again, 17 for a drive-through. For just a splash and dash with no tires, it would be about a roughly 30-second net loss. Tires only is about 41 to 42 seconds. And then very conveniently, a full pit stop, tires and full fuel, is exactly 60 seconds net loss. So that's really easy to remember. And I mean, I suppose that's, you know, for the Aston and not the Porsche, but I can't imagine it's too far off of that. Oh yeah, tires are starting to let go now. How much fuel do I have left? Not much. 3 laps. Okay. Drive through 17 seconds, splash and dash 30, tires only 41 to 42, full tires and fuel 60. Yep. That's what I got. And again, that's relative to just driving by the pit lane in a normal lap, you know. So that's good for figuring out where you'll come out in traffic. I want it for anyway. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, hey. When tires start to let go, this thing really becomes a boat. I will say I'm not at all going to complain that I'm doing 204.1s while reading and, and talking to other people. That's pretty, it's pretty good, but... Oh my gosh, yeah, third gear is so much quicker through there. I was doing that in second before. It's impressive. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I always try to impress. No, I'm kidding. This is one of those tracks, you know, it's a rhythm. Once you get it, you get it. And then I also have a pretty nice setup too from the team, so I can't complain. They're helping me out for sure. And also, I have noticed a lot of people complain about Bathurst from a like, hey, this track sucks kind of perspective, but I think another hint as to why it's consistent is I've always really enjoyed it. I found it really natural. I think a lot of people get caught up in how many walls there are everywhere, and my mentality is if you're looking at the walls and... Oh, shoot. Hey. Remember when I said tires are letting go? Anyway, yeah. What was that? 2 laps ago. Hey, where's my spotter? He hasn't said anything in a while. I hope he's still around. Anyway. Yeah. The advice I tell everyone is, I learned it from, I don't remember where I learned it from, but someone talked about it in skiing, and I think it applies to racing too, is don't look at the trees or the things you're going to hit, look at where you want to go. Yeah, the rain thing's interesting, because I was doing some practice last night with my team, and I booted up a rain session just to try it, and our team boss said, "Hey, Charlie, why are you doing that?" And I'm like, "Is rain not possible?" And he said, "No." He said rain's not possible, but I don't know if I believe him. Because I have seen it rain before on Iracing 12 Hours, even though this is my first time driving it myself. Do I have enough to go around again? Yeah. Do one more. Yeah, it is interesting. We'll know for sure when, probably Sunday, when they announce, you know, all that stuff, and whenever the actual registration pops up on the series lists, it'll say rain chance. It says weather dynamic in the forum, so I assume that means it could be anything. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know if I believe him, because I definitely have seen it rain. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. Do a rain stint. I can't imagine it's going to be that hard. I did a rain stint in the Cadillac GTP on Spa in torrential downpour, so I can't imagine anything being harder than that stint was, man. Well, the good news is, even though the tires definitely are letting go, they let go pretty gradually. Fun is relative. It was exciting. I don't know, I find that stuff fun. I think taking risks is fun, in a way. Obviously, controlled risks, don't be stupid, don't kill yourself, but like, especially in a video game, it doesn't really matter. Safety rating's important, but also have fun. That's what sim racing's all about in my eyes. Alright, we're boxing. Oh, okay, that was a good stint. I averaged like mid 204s, which is fine, especially given that I was chatting. So I'm just gonna do an out lap, just to see, make sure I can still do cold tires, and then we'll talk about data. Safety rating, I'm A class in both sports car and Formula car, and then I think my safety rating right now in sports car is a 3 something. I'm doing one lap. I'll check after that. And then my I rating I think is like a 23-ish hundred right now, 2.3K. Maybe? I forget. Though, to be fair, I don't drive a whole lot. College and stuff takes up most of my time, so I only drive every now and again. Alright, cold tires. Let's see if I remember how you feel. Oh my. Yeah, okay. See, this is why we do this in practice. If anyone clips that, I will send out a hit squad. Oh, something has... I think I just shocked the rears there. What about you, pilot? What's your... hold on. What's your SRIR? Your SRIR? Yeah, you're telling me. SR A369, IR 1466. That safety rating is great. Actually, I think that's almost exactly what mine is. 3.6 something sounds about right for me. I try to race clean. Yeah, same. I think, I mean, everyone makes mistakes. I won't say that I've never punted a dude in my life, but, I always feel like racing clean is better than... Like, there are times that, you know, you gotta win, you gotta fight, but I feel most of the time, especially in a 2.4 or a 12-hour, 6-hour, 12-hour race, just let him go. If you got a dude that's about ready to throw his whole race away trying to get past you, just let him go. People like that tend to end up in the wall next lap anyway, so... Plus racing clean, again, you avoid crashes. Which... So, yeah, avoiding crashes keeps your safety rating up, but avoiding crashes also puts you higher up the field, so your I rating goes up. So being safe is a double whammy. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do one more lap, and then we're gonna take a look at some data, see if I can work out anywhere that I can improve, aside from just cold tire stints in general. Pilot, what's your like strength? Are you did you come to racing in GTs? Did you start with like the F1 games and you've got, you know, more formula discipline in you than that, or Like, what's your background when it comes to this type of stuff? Just curious if you are open to sharing. I think that's enough for me. Whoa! Oh. That's crabbing real bad. Did mostly Formula, but I tried to go GT3 with Iracing. Yeah, that checks out. I also, yeah, I'm just gonna tow it. I started with Formula as well, and I started with Formula and Iracing. I'm trying to remember when I really went to sports car. Probably within the last year or two. Oh, wow. That's fabulous. That's enough driving for me today. We're gonna... This is what I was just... Yeah, okay. Go away, and... Oh yeah, crew chief was off. No wonder he wasn't talking to me. And let me turn my overlays off. Yes. Alright, let's look at this data. I like data. It teaches you many good things. Nope. Lap 3, lap 4, lap 5, lap 6. Lap 33. 31, 30, 29, 28, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 28, 18, 17, 18, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Why is it only... It only goes back to lap 3. Oh, that's where I started the telemetry, dingus. And what was this? 34, okay. Alright, so I want to look at this lap. This was my fastest lap of the session, a 1:03.5. And then I'm going to open another copy of this. I want to look at... Let me hide it real quick. Yo, Colin! Welcome in, how you doing? You just missed it. I just finished a full stint simulation. No one talk about what happened at the end with cold tires. We don't need to talk about that. Let me find another 203. I think there's one back here, wasn't there? 203.9. Okay, we'll look at that one. And we'll look at 203.5. Okay. So what did I do wrong at the beginning? I lost a ton of time there, like a quarter of a second out of the first corner. Oh, I just ran wide. That's what that looks like to me. Is there anything in here? I braked earlier. Same gear, same turn-in. Even got on throttle like earlier. So why did I lose time? Unless I just went into the gravel, maybe. Is it here? Wheel lock. Weird. I must have just run wide or something, because I don't see any reason that lap should be... Is the BOP out yet? I don't think so. I haven't seen it. Okay, I gained a whole lot of time back here. Oh, I told you. This is why we use data, friends. Look at this. This is, what is this? This is RPM. Notice anything? That's a lot of data to make sense of. Yeah, I think you kind of need to not focus on all of everything at once. Take it in chunks. So I'm looking up here, top right, this delta, because this is, the green line is the quickest lap, and then the red line is the baseline, which is my lap that was about 4/10. What was it? Yeah, 4/10 slower. So this is showing me where the delta is at every point on the track. So you can see here, there's a big spike up. That means at this point, I was significantly slower on the green lap. So that's why I was looking in here to try and figure out why was I so much slower. There's nothing in, so this is vehicle velocity right here. This is vehicle RPM. That doesn't really matter. Kind of tells you what gear you're in, but also that's down here. This is throttle, this sort of middle line here. Brake right here. This is steering wheel angle, I believe, right? Yep. And then down here is gear. So I want to look right here, because this, if you look right here, this is a big turning point. It just gets rapidly quicker all through there. And the only difference, you can see I let off the throttle at nearly the exact same point. I got on brake nearly the exact same amount, an exact same point. Steering angle, again, where's that? Right here. Looks about the same. RPMs look about the same. The only difference, other than a tiny touch of, what is this? Oh, a little blip of the throttle on that lap. Oh, that's because I downshifted. Yeah, the only difference is I didn't downshift in the second on the quicker lap. So that gained me from, zoom out. From there, 0.37 all the way to the eggs, pretty much to the bend. That was 0.3 quicker. And it was a 1/10 quicker just coming out of that exit. I gained a 1/10 just from not shifting down in a second. So yeah, if you can see where that corner is, that's that first turn after the start finish straight into the mountain section. Hey, if you're running the Aston Martin, do that in third. That's much quicker. Ironically, I figured that out on a fuel saving lap. All right, let's look at what else. I lost time here. You're running the same setup as the target lap car. Yeah, these are both me. Both of these laps are me. Same session. So I guess that's fair. There's slightly different fuel loads. What's the difference there? That doesn't look right. That says I was like full fuel. No, wait, that's only, they're 15 and 24, so they're about 9 gallons of fuel apart. So it's not insignificant, but tire pressures and temps kind of look all the same. Well, that's actually not true. Pressures were much higher on the lap that I did better on. No, on the lap I did worse on. The slower lap had higher pressure. That's surprising. It's not a huge difference. It's like 3 kilopascals, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see, what else? So I lost time in here. Doesn't look... There's a tiny difference into how I got on throttle here a little earlier on that lap, and then a little bit smoother on steering down here. Can you share your data and we can compare? Yeah, I can do that for you. I don't know how you want me to do that for you, but I can. What's going on here? Yeah, so this is, maybe I don't show you that. That's, where'd it go? So this is all just the Iracing telemetry that you get in game when you do a telemetry log. don't know if that's what you mean. So I can just send that off wherever. And then you can throw that in, or vice versa. You can send it to me and I can plop it in here and then compare if you want me to do that on streams. If you want me to do that on stream, I will, but I need to stand up because I'm still sitting at my rig and that is hurting. Where else? In here. A lot quicker. Oh, I just carried more speed. It looks like I was probably, it looks further to the right. Just based on that steering angle, no, wait, that's not steering angle. No, that steering angle. What is this? Brake. I braked less. Okay. All right, that's not too surprising. Any other big shockers? No. Okay. That'll make sense. Let's look at another lap here. 2047, 2036. Look at this. We can figure out where that 10th came from. Yeah, Colin, just let me know what you want me to do. If you want me to get yours, I can give you my Discord and you can send the file to me, or I can send you mine. Either or. Okay, so there's a big shift here. Let's look at that. I just got on brake earlier. Like, I don't know, 50 meters earlier or so. It's interesting. And then all that time is gained right back here. Oh, yeah. Hello. I must have had a little slide because I got off throttle. Okay, there's where that time came from. That makes sense. Coming over here again into the mountain section. Yeah, look at that. You can see the difference holding third makes there. So there's, I don't know if I can select. I don't think I can. Oh, okay. This is just this little sector. What is that? Like 65. It's like 35 meters extra time spent in third compared to going down to second, and look at the shape that makes and the residual effect that has on lap time. And then it peaks here 0.3 quicker. Again, oh, I got off throttle later that time. Okay. Little lift, probably because my back tires were trying to kill themselves. Again, a little lift here. Oh, well, a little lift here, but I kept some throttle in instead of totally lifting. Here. Oh, why'd I lift? That's interesting. Where am I here? I wouldn't be full throttle there, would I? Wait, where am I? Drop down the hill, brake. As we give it a little throttle, little dash of brake. Okay, then you're back on throttle. Yeah, I must have just had a snap then. Yeah, because that goes down there. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I was real close through there. Look at that. Look at the delta change there. Like milliseconds even. And then just last corner. There's something to be learned there, because look at that. That's an interesting shape. I like seeing that. You see this big spike and then it dips. This means probably, yeah, small sacrifice on entry. I braked, what is that? 60 versus 60. So I braked whatever 5 meters earlier. So that, and then the effect that has is pretty big because I also got on throttle later too. So, ooh, where'd I go? There we go. And then that carried me all the way through to the end. All right, well, Colin, if I don't hear from you in a few moments, I'm gonna shut the stream down. I've been live for 3 hours and I'm tired of this. No, I'm not tired of this. I am, I got some other stuff I gotta do today and whatnot. Everyone who stopped by, thank you guys. Means a lot that you guys swung through, and it's nice to get to chat with all you guys. Yeah, thanks, Pilot. Good to have you around. Feel free to stop by. Feel free to pull up my stream while you're on your off stint and not driving. You can swing by. I'll be live for the real Bathurst as well. But good chat with you all. I will see you all later. My energy is running low. Oh, nice voice crack. My energy is running low. See you guys. Oh, you know what? It's 2 hours, 59 minutes. I'm going to wait. I'm going to make it exactly 3 hours. That's going to be fun. Hold on. Which time slot are you doing? I don't know. They haven't posted it yet. I don't think. Once they do, my stream, if you go to my lives, you'll see that the race is already on there. I'm going to update that with whatever time slot it will be. So just keep an eye on my channel if you want, and that'll be updated. All right. Goodbye.